Yo guys, what's going on? I'm Tim Kelly, joined by Justin Godsey. This is the Real Sports Talk, and we are getting amped for tomorrow's Eagles-Chargers game and the entire NFL slate. But I'm an Eagles fan, Justin's a Chargers fan, so that should be fun. Make sure you check out the NFL Final Score tomorrow. Right now, we're giving you the college football game of the week, Alabama versus Texas A&M, and Alabama comes away after recovering an onside kick with a 49-42 win. But this was a game, and it was an interesting game that saw Texas A&M get out to a 14-0 lead before Alabama put up 35 straight to the point where they were up 35-14 in the third quarter. Late in the third, it got to the point where it was 35-21 in the third quarter, but Alabama kind of put the game away, making it 42-21. Ends up winning this 49-42. Johnny Manziel, 28-39, 465 yards, 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. One of them, unfortunately, was not really his fault. It was tipped by one of his receivers and returned for a touchdown by really one of the most amazing touchdown returns I've ever seen from Vinny Sunseri, and he spun off a few people inside the 5-yard line to score that, and that to me was the turning point in this game. And we'll get to the game a little bit more in depth, but Justin, the play I want to talk about is the TJ Yeldon touchdown in the second quarter, where TJ Yeldon, who had a very nice game today, he rushes for 25 carries, 149 yards. He looks like an NFL back to me, a really good one. And he comes up after the touchdown, does the money thing that Johnny Manziel does, and then he does the slash thing across his throat, draws a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Nick Saban was irate after that. And I understand Nick Saban, because I think when you play Johnny Manziel, you need to know going in that you're going to want to taunt him the way that he plays and the arrogance that he plays with. And for the record, I love Johnny Manziel. I love watching Johnny Manziel. But that's what happens when you act like that and someone beats you. They're going to taunt you. But for a team that has won back-to-back national titles, I would have expected TJ Yeldon to just be more mature. Do I think it was that bad of a thing what he did? Not really. I just think it was stupid.
Yeah, it's a stupid ordeal. When you look at the celebrations, you gotta look back, the Chad Johnson, the Terrell Owens, but then going over to the college game. But you know what happened with Johnny Manziel this past offseason, that was just dumb. It's all on Johnny Manziel. Let Johnny Manziel be Johnny Manziel. But for TJ Yeldon to add fuel to the fire, I honestly thought that was the most stupidest thing I have ever seen. I think it's really completely disrespectful, and I'm on Nick Saban's side. Give him a ration of shit about it when he comes to the sidelines.
But in the end, it worked out all right, because TJ Yeldon runs for 149 yards, and despite Johnny Manziel making one of the most ridiculous plays, I mean, this made Eli Manning breaking out of the sack in the Super Bowl look like nothing. This literally was one of the most amazing plays I've seen, better than Donovan McNabb's Monday Night Football play against the Cowboys a long time ago, better than any of those plays where you talk about quarterbacks being able to break off of a sack and avoid it, throw it up, and make those passes. Johnny Manziel is insanely fun to watch, whether you like him, whether you don't like him, whether you're in between. I love watching Johnny Manziel. Do I think he'll be a successful quarterback in the NFL? Hell no, I do not. I think he's immature. I think he takes too many risks, and I think he's too small to be successful at the NFL level unless he's really going to gain a lot of maturity over the next year, which I don't see happening. But, I mean, regardless, this was a tremendous game. Johnny Manziel balled. A.J. McCarron to me, 20-29, 334 yards, 4 touchdowns. I know that Texas A&M had no answer to Alabama's rushing game today. They ran for 234 yards. Kenyon Drake looks like Eddie Lacy from last year. I mean, this is a scary good Alabama rushing game that the Texas A&M defense had no answer to. But A.J. McCarron stepped up today and played a really solid game. And I think it's clear that while Johnny Manziel is fun to watch, I don't think that there was any question Alabama is not only the best team in this game, but them and Oregon, to me, are far and away the best teams in the country right now.
I agree, man. Oregon being that team to beat in the Pac-12, and you come over to the SEC with Alabama, with Texas A&M as well. But you know what, Tim? You made a good reference to Johnny Manziel being that risk taker. And you know what? I think that's what's teams are really going to look at when it comes to, coming to the NFL draft. I honestly do not think he's really NFL ready. We spoke to this off camera earlier on, and Johnny Manziel, he can be a good player. He's going to be a good player somehow, some way in the NFL. Depends what systems he's in. But you know what? As of right now, he really needs to have a reality check. He needs to get over what happened during the offseason. That reality check needs to come now, and it needs to get in the full gear right now because this Texas A&M team was fantastic tonight. When we saw Johnny Manziel, that 95-yard passing touchdown to Mike Evans was fantastic. I honestly thought that we're in for an overtime game. And you know what? It was all A.J. McCarron. A.J. McCarron, he played it out easy, 20 for 29, 334 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. This guy is also well on his way to go into the NFL and somehow, some way become a starter sometime in his NFL future.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting what does happen to him. I think it's going to be interesting what happens with Alabama because I think, again, they're the most complete team in the country right now. They have the best coach, one of the best coaches at this point in college football history in Nick Saban. TJ Yeldon's probably going to be a first-round pick, so they have a scary good team again. I think Oregon's offense, if they can get going, I think Oregon's probably the team to beat, but I think Alabama is the most complete team in the country right now. So they come away with this win. Like you said, Johnny Manziel, he needs to have that reality check. And the reason why I'm going to enjoy watching him in the NFL, I'm going to root for him, but I hope it's not on my team. And who knows? I mean, Chip Kelly with Johnny Manziel, that type of offense, it would be intriguing to say the least. But I just hope it's not on my team because I don't think maturity-wise this guy's ever going to figure it out. People talk about how, now he's going to eat humble pie. I don't see that happening. First off,
let's just hope that he doesn't go to the Jets. Let's just hope he doesn't go to the Jets.
Well, I mean, I think
the media coverage on that will be blown out of proportion. They're going to start comparing him to like a Michael Vick, to a Peyton Manning. You know how the press is nowadays.
Well, I know that. And people talk about him eating humble pie. He is never going to do that. Get that through your head. Johnny Manziel could have gone out and lost this game 49-0, and he would not have come out next week and not done the money celebration the first time he scored a touchdown. That is who, at least right now, Johnny Manziel is. People need to either accept it or don't, but it's not going to change who he is or how he plays this game. And the bottom line is that he played a damn good game today. 464 yards, 5 touchdowns. The 2 picks were costly, but again, one of them's tipped. It really was not his fault, and I think Alabama's rushing game in the end ended up being the difference. So a crazy game. TJ Yeldon, what'd you think about that? What did you think about Johnny Manziel breaking out of that sack and making an incredible pass? I mean, he's insanely fun to watch. You can't deny that. So let us know what you guys thought. 49-42. Is Alabama the team to beat right now? We'll catch you guys next time.